Hey, what's going on, guys? This is going to be a PWG DVD review of Titannica. This is the show that took place back in April, and I would actually say this is probably their best show from 2010 so far, from top to bottom. I thought it had the best wrestling. It's debatable though. You know, Kurt WrestleMania was an excellent show, and so was PWG's As the Worm Turns. Two great shows there, but in my opinion, I think this probably edges both of them out. But let's get right down to the review. The first match was actually Malachi Jackson taking on Brandon Bonham. This is a nice, solid opener. It was extraordinary for an opener, actually, because it definitely was short. It was sweet. Definitely got the crowd into it. The crowd was hot for this whole show. I'll talk more about the crowd later, but yeah, Malachi Jackson is definitely improving. I definitely agree with Mr. Narrator. And Bonham actually got the win with a Canadian Destroyer. It was just a good action for an opener, but you know, one of my knocks on the crowd was it just seemed like they were kind of overrating things tonight. I just felt like a lot of these matches didn't really warrant the "this was awesome" chants and things of that nature. But you know, I can't knock the crowd. You know, the crowd was hot, so you know, you can't really complain about a hot crowd. It's just they just kind of remind me a little bit of the TNA crowd, and we all know why we hate them from time to time. So don't really have to talk about that. But yeah, the one thing about Bonham and the one thing about some of these PWG homegrown guys, they just seem to have, a lot of them just seem to have that generic Chris Hero indie wrestling type of look. You know, tall, skinny, long blonde hair. It just seems like a lot of guys definitely fit that bill, but not really a complaint. I just wanted to get that out there. So, all right, next match we actually have Brandon Gatson taking on Ryan Taylor. I believe this is Ryan Taylor's first PWG singles match, and him and Gatson had an excellent match. This almost stole the show. I thought this was awesome. You know, Gatson and Taylor did a lot of great things out there. They pulled off a lot of high spots, a lot of sick maneuvers, a lot of acrobatic stuff, as you would expect from Gatson. Gatson's very talented, and you know, we've seen him in Battle Los Angeles. He had to put on a great showing. I think he beat Alex Shelley. So yeah, they're pushing him pretty hard, and I think Excalibur on commentary actually talked about how, you know, he might eventually get a PWG title shot in the future. So I think that'd be awesome. Him and David Richards going at it for the title. I'd definitely check that out. So. But Taylor is phenomenal, though. He's good. He's underrated. He's kind of reminiscent of Tyler Black. He's tall, skinny. He can definitely move in the ring. These guys just pulled off some sick moves. Brandon Gatson's finisher is pretty sick. I always get the two Brandons confused, but yeah, he does like this wheelbarrow suplex type of spot. It's just a sick move, and this is very refreshing to watch. I've been watching a lot of WWE, you know, recent stuff, and compared to that, this was mind blowing. So, an excellent match there. A high 3 and 3.5 stars. So, all right, next up we actually had, what was next? The Cutler brothers taking on Johnny Goodtime and Jerome LTP Robinson. The crowd absolutely loved this. They kind of overrated it. They were chanting, "That was awesome." I didn't really feel that way, but still, it was good solid action. The Cutler brothers are a good solid tag team. I don't think they're amazing. Jerome LTP Robinson's got a great connection with the crowd. He definitely, I don't know, for some reason he just connects with the crowd more than some of the other guys. And Johnny Goodtime has definitely improved a lot. I would say he's definitely getting better. And this was fun action. It didn't drag at all. Just excellent fun match. Not amazing, but still pretty good. Next up, we actually had El Generico versus Paul London. This was good. It was a mixed bag, though. You know, like Mr. Narrator talked about in his review, Paul London was kind of stalling at some points. London, you know, the thing about him, people would say, I don't know, I heard some people say he was kind of fat, or he's kind of getting out of shape. I would say he's kind of getting out of shape. It's just that, not fat, he's just kind of like, you can tell his heart and soul really isn't in professional wrestling anymore. He doesn't really seem like he's training. He just seems like a regular guy out there. But, you know, nonetheless, you know, he can still go. You know, he still pulled off some sick moves. He's still Paul London to me. So it was good. It was kind of a comedy match. Him and Generico were going at it. Then they went to the bar. Paul London ordered 2 bottles of water. And then London actually spit his water into El Generico's face, got him back into the ring. They hit some good spots. You know, some good chain wrestling. You know, you're in there with the ring. You're in the ring with El Generico, so you're guaranteed at least a great match, even though London is kind of sloppy now. He did botch a couple moves, but still an excellent match. London hit the sick DDT, and then he finished him off with the shooting star press. So that was good, but I would say this is a high 3.5 stars. Yeah, I thought it was really enjoyable. So next up we had Christina von Erie taking on Joey Ryan. So we had, you know, female versus male. You don't normally get to see this type of thing. This actually had some kind of storyline progression, because I believe these two were involved in a mixed tag match as the Worm turns. I can't remember the exact interaction between them, but at least this has some type of continuity to it, so that's always a good thing. You know, I'll talk more about PWG's storylines a little bit later, but this was solid for, you know, Christina Von Erie pulled off a lot of nice spots. It was pretty shocking, some of the offense that Joey Ryan hit. It was a solid 3-star match. I enjoyed it. You know, this is good stuff. Next up, we actually had Davey Richards taking on Roderick for the PWG title, and take a look here. They actually had Davey Richards on the back cover with the PWG title, which is good. You know, I think PWG needs to do a better job emphasizing the importance of their title. It just seems to me like, you know, they don't have entrances, and a lot of times you don't even get to see the guy come out with the championship, which I think is a mistake. I think you really need to sell the fact that this is an important belt. Roderick versus Davey Richards, what can I say? I've been waiting to see this match for a long time. Mr. Narrator actually said that this is the best PWG match he ever saw live, and I think that's saying a lot because he goes to pretty much every show. So, but yeah, I would agree that this is probably the best match that Davey Richards and Roderick ever had. Which surprisingly, you know, it's not really saying that much. You know, their matches in ROH weren't amazing. You know, their best match was probably in Japan at the Battle of the Best show. That was an excellent match. But, you know, none of their matches were, you know, amazingly great to me. You know, a lot of it has to do with Ring of Honor. They never really put them out into the main event and just said, you know, go do it. You know, but the PWG match back at Three Mendes 2 was insane. That was a little bit more stiff than this. That was a little bit more intense in my opinion. They just packed a lot into 10 minutes. I think they only went 10 minutes, but that was a little bit harder for the amount of time that it went. But this is a better match. It was more epic. They got 25 minutes out there. This was very, very solid. Everyone needs to check this match out. 4.5 stars, without a doubt. I mean, this pretty much had everything you could think of. Didn't have a mega blowaway spot. Didn't have like Kenta, you know, suplexing Davey Richards off the ring apron onto the floor or anything like that. But it pretty much had everything else. You know, it had great mat wrestling. They really felt each other out at the beginning of the match. Good, solid, old school wrestling at the beginning. Then it got pretty stiff. You know, Davey hit some pretty stiff kicks into Roderick. Roderick with some pretty brutal chops, as you would expect. You know, exactly what you would expect. You know, these two guys never disappoint. So, the submission wrestling really surprised me here. You know, there were some really nice counters to the Davey Richards Texas Cloverleaf. And then Davey hit some nice pinning predicaments to the stronghold. Roderick had him in the stronghold. Just an excellent wrestling match here. A great finish too. Probably one of the best finishes that I've seen all year. So just an excellent match. I don't need to say anything more about it. However, I'm not going to say that this was better than Kenny Omega and Davey Richards from As the Worm Turns. I actually like the Omega Richards match a little bit better than this, but this was still amazing. One of the top 10 matches of the year. Definitely need to check it out. And I wonder if their ROH match from Chicago is on this level. So can't wait to see that. I think that's from Bitter Friends, Stiffer Enemies too. So that's coming soon. All right, the main event, we had the Young Bucks taking on the Briscoes. And, you know, Generation Me, the Young Bucks. You know, the PWG doesn't have a lot of storylines. You know, they're mainly, you know, a company that just puts together the best card and just has their guys go out there and wrestle. You know, it's not like the old days where there used to be a little bit more storyline input onto some of the matches. But yeah, Young Bucks and the Briscoes, this was awesome. It was, you know, the great thing about the Young Bucks right now, the reason I brought up the storyline thing is because, you know, the one storyline I think they do have is that the, you know, the Young Bucks have been champions for 2 years now. The crowd hates them. You know, they're promoting the fact that they enjoy working for TNA. You know, Nick Jackson came out with the lockdown shirt. So, you know, the one storyline is going on with the PWG is that, you know, that the crowd has been dying to see the Young Bucks lose the PWG Tag Team titles for a while now. So, and the crowd was hot for this. You know, the crowd definitely wants to see that happen. But, you know, the Young Bucks and the Briscoes, they've had some good matches. You know, over the last year, the Grove of Honor match I thought was really good. But this is probably the best match that they had by far. Their matches on HD Network were pretty good as well. But I don't think anything will probably top this. And, you know, besides the match that the Briscoes had with the American Wolves, from the show called From the Ashes, the Phoenix show, I would say you're probably not going to find a better Briscoes match than this. The Briscoes look great here. They definitely look like they're getting back into their rhythm. You know, Mark Briscoe was coming back from an injury, but I thought he looked pretty good here. So yeah, I mean, the Young Bucks and Briscoes had an excellent match. There were some really cool spots here. They actually hip tossed, just like they did at Glory of Honor. they hip tossed one of the Young Bucks into the middle of the entranceway. That was pretty deep. That was sick, and just a lot of good spots. There was a 450 splash from one of the Young Bucks while they had the Briscoes elevated. That was pretty cool. And the finish was kind of cheap though. The fans hated the finish. Young Bucks were kind of slick and took the easy way out. And it was still a great match though. 4 1/4 stars. Excellent match. Definitely the best Briscoes Young Bucks match that has probably taken place to date. So definitely check out PWG Titannica. An excellent show. Recommend everyone to go get it at High Spots. And please, we need reviews of this show. Definitely promote it. If you watch the show and have the ability to upload it and review it on YouTube, definitely review it. I think we need more reviews. And I think we want things to change. People need to step it up and really promote these shows. So